Hey friend, welcome back to Burn Stress Lose Weight. I'm back extra in your earbuds this week because Burn Stress Lose Weight Feel Unstoppable, my group coaching program, is currently open for enrollment and we're starting next week. I've been having so many conversations with some amazing people, and I've decided to bring some of those conversations, questions that maybe you have had as you've considered investing in your goals this year. I know that this group coaching experience is a serious investment, so I don't take your decision lightly. And it's really important and really valuable that you take your time to make this decision. That also leads me to today's 5-ish minute episode, just to bring in some high touch points to have you think about as you're making this decision. And these are designed to be short and sweet episodes that really hits a message home. Today's episode is all about the paradox of choice. One of my biggest personal pain points used to be, particularly a few years ago, is I didn't want to make very decisive decisions when it came to my nutrition because I was really scared / worried about over restriction. I didn't want to have that feeling of being deprived, particularly as a very busy working mom who was already working very hard. It felt like I was burning the stick at both ends. And so to prevent myself from feeling deprived or restricted in the moment when it came to my food plan or my nutrition plan, I made no real decisions at all. I left my weight loss strategy to be very loosey-goosey. And while I thought I was doing myself a kindness and I thought I was being compassionate, what I really did was guarantee myself a lot of in the moment negotiation. My brain would have so many thoughts around what exactly am I supposed to be eating right now? It doesn't matter how smart you are or how many diplomas you have. When you have not made certain specific, very clear decisions around your nutrition strategy, that confusion that is basically a lack of having a roadmap will lead even the smartest overachiever to take her foot completely off the gas. So being indecisive around certain key decisions isn't a kindness. It's not an act of compassion. It's actually a recipe for disaster. The paradox of choice was popularized by Dr. Barry Schwartz, who shared that while some choice is good, an overabundance of choice leads to negative outcomes like decision paralysis, increased anxiety, and decreased satisfaction. It makes you actually feel worse when you don't know what you're doing. And then this leads to the secondary problem, which is when you have more choices or open-ended loops that you haven't made clear, specific decisions around, a part of your brain, particularly if you're an overachiever who wants to protect your bandwidth and your energy and your effort, will get really hung up on what you think the best, most perfect plan is. You can spend a lot of time in the learning phase where you're researching or overthinking a strategy rather than making a simple decision and acting on it. When it comes to your clear, tangible results this year, this is weight loss results, anything you want for your body, in a relationship, or in your career, it is going to come on the other side of taking small, decisive action. Here's today's invitation. Ask yourself one question. Where am I staying completely paralyzed in making decisions? This can be showing up with your nutrition strategy. It might even be showing up in your decision to join us inside this cohort of our program. If you notice yourself overthinking a decision, it's usually because you're waiting to feel a certain way before you take action. But the trouble with this is you won't feel complete confidence before you've actually created results. There's no way to actually know, because you don't have a crystal ball, exactly how something is going to turn out. So if you have a doubt or a fear or a concern or a hesitation, that's completely normal. It's because you haven't ever done this before. One way that I like to make decisions when I have a paradox of choice or I'm trying to decide what would be the best decision for me is I like to flash forward and ask my future self. If you flash forward 30 days from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, ask yourself, what would that version of me say was the right choice? Sometimes we think that we need to overthink a decision or research more before we land on what feels best, but usually our future self can guide us on exactly what would be the best next power move. One of my favorite parts about Burn Stress, Lose Weight, Feel Unstoppable is we have crafted this group to meet you right where you are. Whether you have 5 pounds to lose or 50, or you simply want to practice maintenance and get rid of the mental negotiation and the food chatter, this group has a space and a roadmap that we customize to fit your life. In the first 24 hours of you getting access to the program, you're going to unlock our on-demand video curriculum that walks you through how to make decisive decisions around guilt-free rest and nutrition. A decision that might take at most 30 minutes to make once, you might have been kicking off for the past multiple weeks or months. When you're in an invested group where you have a call on your calendar, you have the support of a group, and you have accountability, you're way more likely to make decisive decisions and start taking action. The other element of our group is the hands-on on group coaching. This is where you get personal mentorship in a group setting where you're surrounded by like-minded women and you get to learn from them and be inspired by them. The purpose of this 5-ish minute episode is simply to leave you with this. Having lots of choices that are open-ended might in the moment feel like you're doing yourself a kindness, but really take it through a filter. Look at the last 7 days, the last 90 days. Where has leaving open-ended choices actually been serving you? If you're noticing yourself in indecision or in paralysis with taking action, overthinking, second guessing, or ruminating your strategy, you're wasting precious time. And my entire mission over the past many weeks has been for professional women to get their time back, because this is your one most precious commodity and it's one that you deserve to have back in your corner. I hope that this short episode touched something for you. If you are someone that has been considering this group, your eye has been on it, but you haven't reached out, I really want to